Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regularly scheduled public meeting of July 14, 2025 of the Township of Washington Township Council. Adequate notice of the meeting was given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act by the Township Clerk to at least 2 newspapers in January, and this meeting has been posted on the Township Bulletin Board, Electronic Message Board, WCTV, and on the Township website. Please notify the municipal clerk for any disability requirements necessary for attendance at Township Council meetings. The fire exits are located through the double doors to your right and through the door on your left. Please silence all cell phones. If you are unable to attend the council meeting in person and would like a topic to be addressed at a council meeting, please send email to the Township of Washington. Contact all council members at once, twpofwashington.us. Can everyone please stand for a salute to the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call.
Councilman Casio.
Here.
Councilman Sears.
Here.
Councilman Ullman. Councilwoman Velez. Here. Council President DeSena.
Here. Let the record reflect also in attendance Mayor Peter Calamari, Township Administrator Mark DiCarlo, Township Attorney Siobhan Bailey, and Township Clerk Susan Wachowski. Payment of bills, resolution number 25-276, authorized payment of bills June 20th, 2025 to July 10th, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Casio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. PSA for July 14, 2025. The Township of Washington Department of Public Works is seeking qualified applicants for a permanent full-time laborer position. Employment applications are available at www.twpofwashington.us. Please submit job applications to Township Administrator DiCarlo at mdicarlo@twpofwashington.us or drop off at 350 Hudson Avenue. The Township is an equal opportunity employer. Deadline to submit your employment application is August 10, 2025. The Township of Washington is launching its third round of our Hometown Heroes banner program as a living tribute for our community on our past and present members of the armed forces. Please visit our website for further information. Bergen County Chore helps seniors and those with disabilities remain safe in their homes by offering repair services and home maintenance. The Chore volunteers perform a variety of jobs, including installing grab bars and wooden banisters, replacing outlets and switches, weather stripping, installing doorbells and locks, changing light bulbs, and smoke alarm batteries. To schedule an appointment, please call 201-489-9456. Estimated property tax bills for the third quarter 2025 were mailed on June 16th. Due date is August 1st, with a grace period to August 11th. Bills for the remaining quarters will be mailed in September. This bill does not include any calculations from the townwide reassessment currently being undertaken. Billing from the reassessment will occur next year in 2026. Please take a moment to read the enclosure, including with your bill, for important information. Contact the tax office at 201-666-8797 with any questions. Pursuant to N.J.S.A.46:8-28, landlords are required to complete a landlord identity registration form for single-unit dwellings that are non-owner occupied. The completed form is to be filled in the office of the Township Clerk with a copy to be given to the tenant. As per ordinance number 2403, all rental unit owners are required to complete a lead inspection application. Both forms are available on our website. The Kiwanis Club of the Pascack Valley meet on the second Wednesday of each month at 6:30 p.m. at the Westwood Community Center. If anyone would like more information, please contact Paul Ralph Cardulli at 516-581-8319 or pascackvalleykiwanis@gmail.com. Our next council meeting will be held on Monday, August 11, 2025 at 7 p.m. Report of the Administrator.
Thank you, Council President DeSena, and good evening, everybody. This is my follow-up from the June 23rd meeting. There was no resident concerns or questions to follow up on. There were a few follow-ups for council. The first one is the new purchase, the garbage truck. The truck is due to be delivered before the end of the month. This brings our fleet up to 5 working garbage trucks. Council requested that I look into the idea of repairing truck 36, which is a 2006 Freightliner 32-yard garbage truck. Currently has 77,000 miles with 20 years of wear and tear. DPW superintendent explained that in order to keep the truck in a safe and usable condition, the cab should be replaced, which is estimated at $40,000. Additionally, the suspension has failed, leading to a crushed exhaust pipe. Diesel exhaust leaks into the cab. The exhaust and the cab suspension need to be replaced at a $20,000 estimated to repair. The body has rust over it through the years through use and has multiple holes and hydraulic issues, which are bad pistons, dry rotted lines, etc. Multiple components of the vehicle are beginning to need replacement and repair. Administration has determined that it is not safe nor fiscally responsible to maintain the truck and recommends auctioning the vehicle. Township of Washington uses GovDeals as our online auction service. In speaking with Mr. Perlman, he believes it may sell between $4,000 to $5,000. The new front loader, this is due to be received in October. Administration has reconsidered trading our older front end loader in as part of the purchase and will maintain the vehicle as our fourth loader to assist with leaf collection here at our DPW site. This will involve paying the additional $15,000, which represents the value of the trade-in. These funds are within the amount approved by Capital, and a new resolution for the revised amount will be presented to the council this evening. Some updates. The building department and planning and zoning, both offices have been consolidated for better efficiency and service to the public. Their new office is located in the lower level of Town Hall. Reassessment update. All properties have been visited in the township. The current entry rate is about 60%, which is approximately 1,368 estimates or refusals. A notification in postcard format will be mailed by Appraisal Systems, Inc. to the estimates/refusals in the upcoming weeks. A sample of the postcard has been placed on the website and our social media platforms. Progress is on track for timely completion. Homeowners can expect to receive notification of the results of their reassessments in December of 2025. This evening, the council will have two resolutions before them requesting to go out to bid for the 2025 road program, which includes Salem, Carriage, Bergen, and Firm from Cypress down to Bergen, and the construction of the new DPW building. Swim Club update. Boswell Engineering is still conducting testing to determine the distance and depth of the contamination. I've been updated by Boswell Engineering that NJDEP is reviewing our grant application, which is a positive step in the direction of hopefully receiving the grant. If we are awarded the grant will reimburse the township for 100% of the funds spent on the investigation and 75% of the actual remediation cost. 450 Pascack Road, Lisco Environmental still conducting testing to determine the distance and depth of the contamination. And escrows established by the Several were paid for the environmental testing and the remediation, not tax dollars. The Squapsink Brook, the New Jersey DEP is currently reviewing our resubmittal of Boswell Engineering plan and permit application. They have 90 days to approve, deny, or request additional information. And lastly, Coolidge, the residents have been looking for an update on the Coolidge resurfacing. We were hoping to have the project done by now, but rightfully so. Beckmeyer Engineering doing the inspections of the concrete work noticed some deficiencies that need to be repaired by the concrete company before we can resurface it. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Report of the mayor.
Thank you, Mike.
What you got, Mark?
I'm going to ask the administrator to read my report. I'm dealing with a sore throat. Probably couldn't get past the first paragraph. If anywhere he says "I," please note that that means me and probably not him.
Gotta wait 3 years for this opportunity. Good evening in general news. Councilman Tom Sears, Councilwoman Daisy Velez, and the mayor attended an event honoring Director Bliss Voorhees for his 8 years of dedicated service at Bethany Community Center. Since Bethany's acquisition of the former YMHA property, it has been a privilege to collaborate with him. His constant support played a role in facilitating numerous community events at the location, including our current and successful summer recreation program. As Bliss embarks on new endeavors, I wish him continued success and am confident he will be a valuable asset in his future pursuits. We look forward to strengthening our partnership with the Bethany Church and Community Center and building upon the solid foundation he established. As part of our continuous focus on health and community well-being, I am pleased to announce that the Township's Mayor's Wellness Campaign has donated $500 raised through our Spring into Wellness 5K Walk and Health Fair to Jordan Schwartz, a student at our high school. This contribution supports his exemplary efforts with MCORE Foundation. The website is www.mcorefoundation.org to facilitate screenings of teen athletes for sudden cardiac arrest syndrome. Jordan embodies the leadership and commitment to service we encourage in our youth. Such screenings are vital and have the potential to save lives. Special appreciation is extended to council members Steve Les and Tom Sears for their instrumental roles in organizing these wellness events that enable these meaningful contributions. The township has located an electronics recycling company to provide a container for our e-recycling program. The company will also compensate the township each time a full container is exchanged for an empty one. Further information will be provided as details are finalized. Our Lady of Good Counsel is hosting an outdoor movie night on Thursday, July 24th at 6 p.m. The film is Elf. Please RSVP by texting 862-591-3440. Recreation news. The summer recreation program is now in full swing. I have visited the building a couple of times, and it is evident the children have been enjoying themselves. The 2025 Fun with Art and Fun with Cartooning fall season registrations will start on Friday, August 15th and end on Friday, September 12th. As reported in the Pascack Press and posted on our electronic bulletin board, I want to congratulate the 12U Falcons and their coaches on their New Jersey Little League District 4 win. As always, I encourage you to please visit the recreation page on the Township of Washington's website and follow Township of Washington, New Jersey 07676 Recreation, Parks, and Public Affairs Facebook page for updates on these and many other programs. Police Department news. Officers conducted the annual Safety Town program, which is designed to educate kindergarten-age children in public and traffic safety. They attended both Jesse F. George and Washington Schools Field Day events. Officers participated in the annual torch run in support of New Jersey Special Olympics. The department welcomed Chief for a day, David Dmitrievsky, and participated in Ball County Chief for a Day events. Officers attended and assisted with both the middle and high school graduation ceremonies. The department, along with Westwood and Emerson's police departments, hosted another successful junior police academy program. Fire department news. For the month of June, the fire department responded to multiple fire and CO alarms, as well as odors of burning, odors of natural gas, one tree falling into a house, and one call for power lines burning, and one trailer on fire in the parkway. The department also participated in demonstrations at the Police Department Junior Police Academy, as well as Safety Township event. All 3 fire sirens are back up and running. The department is always looking for members. Anyone interested can step by the firehouse and Monday night to inquire and pick up an application. Department of Public Works, DPW news. The weekly garden debris collection program is underway. They removed multiple trees and large branches due to storm damage. They continue to inspect and repair sanitary and stormwater lines and catch basins, as well as potholes as needed. Our lighting detection systems are approaching the end of their useful life. Once they fully reach this point, replacement parts may become difficult to obtain. Fortunately, the vendor is currently offering an upgrade at the state contract rate and providing labor at no additional cost. Given the critical role these systems play in ensuring the safety of individuals using our parks and fields, I decided to proceed with the upgrade at this time. The upgrade is expected to take approximately 1 month. We anticipate no disruption to the current service during this period. However, should any interruption occur, we will promptly notify the public. Also on the agenda tonight is a resolution by the council for us to go out to bid for the DPW building project. Public Affairs. Public Affairs has been hard at work securing this year's summer concert event. We're happy to announce that Super Trans Am will be this year's big headliner. The concert will take place on Tuesday, August 19th, starting at 7 p.m. We will have Hold My Knots and Conrad serving up delicious eats. We are expecting a great turnout for this event. Please check the website and social media for more details. Zoning Office. There was a total of 49 zoning applications reviewed for the month of June. Library. Summer reading opened with a great response to over 100 people at the kickoff event. Upcoming programs include the annual Touch a Truck event on Wednesday, July 23rd, featuring DPW trucks, and amazing growth. We also have the kindergarten mixer in August for incoming kindergarten students and their parents to meet before the first day of school. A monthly family craft, green hour outdoor program for kids, and yoga story time are just a few of our newer programs that have become extremely popular this summer. July also features an adult woven bookmark class, a teen clay craft, and an adult bingo night coming up. Please check the library website and social media for information and updates. Municipal Alliance, our annual Safety Town program designed for ages 5 to 6 had a wonderful response this year. Registration filled in just 48 hours, and all the kids had a wonderful time learning about safety from our local responders. Special thanks to the Police Department, Fire Department, Ambulance Corps for the wonderful presentation and engagement with the kids. We also hosted 2 Learn to Ride bike riding classes for kids age 5+ in the library parking lot. 27 children earned their pedals and safety skills for bike riding in town. Municipal Court, 150 total traffic tickets were issued in May, with 128 from the Township of Washington Police Department and 22 from the State Police. The court collected $5,239.24 in revenue to the township. And that's the mayor's report.
Thank you. Report of the council, Ms. Velez.
Yes, thank you. So as the mayor had said in his report, Councilman Sears, myself, and the mayor had attended Director Bliss's farewell. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to work with him on so many town events. He was a great partner, and I wish him the best of luck. I hope to continue our relationship with Bethany Community Center. They've been the center, as well as the church, has been an integral part of our community with our children in particular. On June 11th, the Jordan Shorts, the young man that came here to do the presentation, had his cardiac screening. It was during the work day from 8 to 4, so I was unable to attend, but I'm sure it did very well. In the Pascack Press, they did an article on his endeavor, and I'm happy that our efforts have been able to contribute, maybe not quite as much as Hackensack did, but I'm sure every dollar helps him get this important initiative off the ground. So I'm glad we were able to donate $500 towards his cause. June we know is made up of graduations. So the mayor, Councilman Sears, and myself also attended the high school graduation. Unfortunately, it had to be indoors this year, but that's always a hard call. Congratulations to the class of 2025. It's always, as many times as I've done graduation and attended graduations, it's always great to see the kids super excited for such an important day, as well as their parents. So congratulations to all. Councilman Sears and I also attended the JPA graduation. That's a really nice program. My daughter, this is her second year doing it, and it's nice to see the kids so disciplined and coming home tired and sweaty and even a little dirty. So thank you to the police department in Westwood, Emerson, and here in Township for putting that together. They do a great job. Additionally, in speaking about the 5K, we were able to give 3 scholarships this year to 3 young ladies. I'm going to keep their names private right now, but because of the end of the year and vacation plans, we haven't been able to coordinate. So soon we'll get those names out. And we were able, thankfully, to our sponsorship, as well as so many participants in the event this year, we were able to give out 3 scholarships this year, each for $500. As the mayor's report said, August 19th is the summer concert. I'm really excited to see Super Trans Am, right? 70s rock. So get out there. I know we always have a great time out on Memorial Field with all the residents. And then last but not least, save the date for our Halloween fun run. It is October 26th. It will take place at Gardner Field. I know it's summer and nobody wants to think about the fall quite yet, but maybe it'll incentivize some people to get their costumes ready to go. So it should be a lot of fun. It was very cute last year. Again, that is going to be October 26th, and the details will be available shortly. Please check out the website as well as social media, and we'll have all that information to everybody shortly. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Mr. Sears?
Thank you, Council President. Thank you, Councilwoman Velez, for bringing well, up to that out. I don't have much to say. First of all, I'd like to send my prayers and my condolences out to the Texas flood victims. It was a horrible event that's been going on for so long. So I would ask everybody to say a prayer for those flood victims. Our CSA program, that's where the green team coordinates with a farm. We started out with 18 members. This year, we're up to 42 members. And every Tuesday, Bachta Farms delivers a box of whatever fresh fruits or vegetables that they have picked that day. So we're up to 42 members, and everybody loves it. The vegetables, the fruits, all fresh. It comes right from the farm that day. And it's dropped off at the library, and we distribute it every Tuesday. The next item I'm going to talk about is the public service 17% electric bill increase. I met with the seniors last week, and they are quite upset and shocked over this amount of increase. And I'm actually hearing some horror stories on some of the bills that people are getting. So I reached out.
Mr. Sears, it's not only the seniors, it's folks like
It's, yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, it's not only that.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Shocked also.
I know, but that was the meeting I was at. So I reached out to Sustainable New Jersey, and they have what they call Partners of Energy Efficiency. So I asked Councilwoman Velez to lend a hand with this. We are establishing a process where we will reach out to every resident in Washington Township. We've got a conference call tomorrow, a Zoom meeting tomorrow. They have assigned us a energy efficiency group that the township residents can call. They will come out and do an energy efficiency in your house for free.
That's only if you qualify,
No. They will come to your house if you call them.
but that's only if you meet the median income.
No. They will come out to your house
All right.
and they will do a complete energy efficiency review.
It's an energy audit is what he's
I
talking
understand
about.
that,
Yeah,
but if your income level is above a certain threshold, they will not come out and do it.
Well,
That's what we need to verify because
we'll have that Zoom meeting tomorrow, but it was our understanding that whoever calls, they will come out and review.
unfortunately,
And they will drop off, they will give each resident 6 to 8 of the high efficiency light bulbs, power strips, pipe wrapping, and some other things to help reduce a thermostat to help reduce the electric intake. So we sent our first cards went out. We covered the 100 seniors with these. There'll be a letter coming out from the mayor, and then our efficiency partner group will be sending out another letter. Take advantage of it. I'm hearing some really horror stories on the electric bill that's coming out.
absolutely.
And a lot of seniors are now faced with eating, keeping the lights out, burning a candle. I mean, it's not right. I know that the blame game is going on between the people that distribute the power, send it to public service, going to the governor signing the bill for a 17% increase. So we're going to reach out and work with the community the best we can. I have a meeting for Washington Commerce next week to talk to those residents there about it. So hopefully we'll have everything, put to bed and ready to go in about a week or two. That's my report. Thank you,
Thank you.
Council President.
Mr. Casio?
Thanks, Mike. Again, as Mr. Sears said, our condolences and heartfelt, I don't know how to put it, the terrible tragedy down in Texas with those people in the camps in that area. And, we have storms here in New Jersey, and if you do not know how deep something is, driving along, please do not attempt if you have no idea where you're going and how deep it is, because it does happen here locally. So please be cautious out there. And between the mayor, Ms. Velez, Mr. Sears, there's really nothing more for me to report. But I do want to make one comment. We always talk, and Tom and I always talk about the cyclists out there on the road, and I've noticed that more of the kids are wearing helmets.
Yes.
Which is fantastic. So I'm glad that's happening. And I also want to thank the police department because I know they had a little program a while back regarding bicycle safety and pedestrian safety, and it looked like it's taking effect. So that's my report.
Thank you. Very quickly, I just want to again thank and congratulate the girls on a District 4 softball championship for our district. They did a great job all season and continue to do a great job. Our boys are also playing in the Little League tournament. Unfortunately, we didn't. There was no champions that came out of that district, but they still played their hearts out and had a great season. I wish Bliss a lot of congratulations on everything he's done for us in the past and on his future endeavors wherever he may go. And I would just like to thank Jordan Schwartz on everything he did for the HEART program and my fellow board members for also making a generous donation to his organization. So thank you. And great job for such a young gentleman to take this endeavor on. And I believe he told me when he dropped off, it was 74 students got evaluated, which is more than he thought he could have, but because of all the donations, he was able to increase it by almost 25 people. So that's great. Great job, kid. That's all I have for tonight. We'll move on to approval of minutes. Regular meeting September 9th, 2024. Conference meeting September 9th, 2024. Regular meeting September 23rd, 2024. Conference meeting September 23rd, 2024. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Casio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. General public comment period, limit to 5 minutes. Motion to open the public comment period.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would anybody like to come up? Seeing no one at this time, motion to close the public comment period.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ordinances, adoption, second reading. Ordinance number 25-16, an ordinance amending chapter 223, article 8 of the ordinance of the Township of Washington entitled Schedules. Resolution number 25-277, authorizing second reading and opening of the public hearing for ordinance 25-16. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Casio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Would anybody like to come up and discuss ordinance, resolution number 25-277? Seeing no one, motion to close the public hearing for ordinance number 25-16.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Casio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Motion to adopt ordinance number 25-16 at second reading by title. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Casio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Introduction, first reading, none. Resolutions, consent agenda. The following items have been determined to have the unanimous consent of the council and will be enacted in one motion. Should any item require independent consideration, any council member may have such item removed from the consent agenda. At this time, would anybody like anything removed from the consent agenda?
Mike, can you remove 281, please?
Sure.
So, last one.
Any others, ladies and gentlemen? So we're only going to remove 281. Resolution number 25-278, authorize refund of performance guarantee and engineering escrow block 2501, lot 3.05, in the amount not to exceed $3,210. Resolution number 25-279, authorize purchase of new front-end loader with Jesco Inc., 118 St. Nicholas Avenue, South Plainfield, New Jersey, 07080, in the amount not to exceed $213,450. Resolution number 25-280, authorize the Township Administrator to advertise for bids for the 2025 local roadway project, Bergen Avenue, Carriage Court, Fern Street, and Salem Road. Resolution number 25-282, authorize cancellation of general capital fund ordinances in the amount of $2,602.14. Resolution number 25-283, authorize the advertisement for receipt of bids for the new DPW building. Motion to approve consent agenda resolutions as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Casio.
Yes.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
Yes. Resolution number 25-281, authorize an increased adjustment in the bid threshold from 44,000 to 53,000 with the QPA. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
I just want a separate vote on it, that's all.
Okay, roll call. Anybody else like to? Roll call, sir.
Councilman Calcium.
No.
Councilman Sears.
Yes.
Councilwoman Velez.
Yes.
Council President DeSena.
No.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn to the conference agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next meeting of the Township Council will be on Monday, August 11, 2025, beginning at 7 p.m. Sign up for Nixle.
I'm sorry, Council President, but since we don't have the votes for that, what's going on with 281 now?
It doesn't
carry.
pass.
Yes.
We can put it on again for the next meeting, if you'd like.
Is there any way I can get any feedback as to why?
Well, tell me why it's increased.
Well, because DCA decided that every 5 years, every 5 years, they review it for an increase. It would be a benefit to the township because we wouldn't have to spend money or dedicate specific time to purchases now up to 53,000.
It's a state.
Yeah, it's not Mark DiCarlo's initiative.
No, nobody said it was Mark Carlos initiative.
I mean, I
It's
provided the
local finance
local
law.
finance notice.
It's local finance notes. We got it.
It was read.
Yeah, no, it's right.
So again, if there's anything that we can answer, I can follow up on as opposed to just a hard nose. That would be helpful.
Let me get you my questions on it. I'll get it to you.
Okay.
When do you need this, Mr. DiCarlo?
I mean, again, it's put before the council, so it's their prerogative. Again, I just out of curiosity, I was just wondering why it would be no. I would see it as a benefit to the township. So there's really no deadline. It wouldn't go into effect unless the council approved it, that's all.
Can you explain the benefits for us?
I mean, I wasn't prepared to defend it. I'm actually just surprised that I'm defending it. But again, once we get to that 44, usually we're utilizing some type of professional service to assist us with that bid. So we would have to pay for it. Going up to 53 would give us a greater threshold before having to pay for a professional to, to assist us with that process. Usually it's an architect or an engineer.
The next meeting of the Township Council will be on Monday, August 11, 2025, beginning at 7 p.m. Sign up for Nixle, text 07676 to 888777, key code TWP of Bergen. All right, let's move to conference agenda. All right. Under current business, under administration, Coolidge Avenue proposed change order. Mark?
I really have nothing further to say. If it was there, if you guys have any questions, I'm not going to be prepared to put the change order in front of you, most likely not until the 11th, until the project is completed.
So I find it odd that, we're doing a change order on this. Why wasn't this accounted for in the original bid?
Mr.
This
DeSena,
law-
I have no idea.
This law has been around for almost 25 years that we need bicycle safe grades. So kind of, we're paying a premium to have a professional go out there and give us plans and specs for the project.
Is that what it said? I don't think, Mr. DeSena, that's what it said.
It's set for bicycle
It
safe
said it
grades.
doesn't fit the catch basins that were installed there prior to. So we had to attached is a proposal to upgrade the 8 storm inlet frames, headpieces, and bicycle safe grates on Coolidge Avenue. The storm inlet frames must be upgraded to accommodate the new compliant storm inlet headpieces and bicycle safe grates.
Correct.
So it counters exactly what you just said.
No, it doesn't
With
counter.
such emphasis.
No, it doesn't
You're
counter.
wrong.
No, it doesn't counter it.
Yes, it does.
It's saying you got to remove the headpiece and put a new one on. So why wasn't that included in the original bid?
It does not say that.
Yes, it does.
No, I disagree with you, and I'm sorry. I disagree with you.
Well, I'd like to go out there and meet you there and show
Okay,
you why.
that's fine. We'll
I
get
don't
the
understand.
engineers, we'll pay them more money.
I
and
do
we'll
not,
go out.
did I ask for the engineers, Mr. DeCarlo? I'm just saying, we put out a bid, right? And there are standard DOT items for local aid that encompass those items. So why wouldn't we have used those items when we went out to bid?
That's not what I just read to you is the reason
It most
for
certainly
the
is.
change order.
If you go out there, there are 1970s.
So I have to continue arguing with that.
I'm not arguing with you, Mark. I'm just making a statement.
Sir, you make these statements with such emphasis of accuracy, and you're inaccurate.
I'm not
read
inaccurate.
this to you,
I
gave
walked
to
it
you.
the other day. And there are streamlined grates out there, right? Your bicycle tire, as a policeman, your bicycle tire gets caught in them, right? And that's why you fall over.
The
That's why-
storm inlet frames must be upgraded to accommodate the new compliant storm inlet head pieces and bicycle-safe grates. The existing storm inlet frames are not compatible with the NJDEP required head pieces. So that was accounted for. It's the inlet head pieces.
Okay. We'll go out there when you get a chance. We'll look at it. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just,
But to the point is, I think if you have a bid and your engineer goes out, that should be in the bid spec already, right? Because that's what they investigate, correct?
I don't know, I'd have to get.
I mean, if I'm an engineer, right, and I'm making a bid spec, I should know what should go into that bid. And if that wasn't in the bid, then we have a problem with the engineer.
I don't think, sir, we have a problem with the engineer here.
Well, how can something that should have been accounted for in a bid spec isn't there, and then we have to come back and redo it? That's what I don't understand.
I don't think it was identified until the company got out there and broke down the components of this. So it wasn't, the reason why it's a change order is because you're right, it wasn't identified as an individual spec, but it wasn't noticed that it was needed until they got out there.
okay.
That's how I understand.
Well,
So it's still not going to cost us any more money than what the bid was for, but I think identifying and embarrassing the potential deficiency of our engineers is quite
I'm
awful.
not embarrassing him.
Again, I disagree with what-
His
But Mark,
job,
we paid-
Mark,
we paid-
his job is to go out and give his expert opinion, and if he is unsure of an item that is not there, he needs to investigate that.
I will have a
That's what
full
we're paying
report
for.
by August 11th. as
I
to
don't
what we did.
want you to have I don't want a full report.
That's
I didn't ask for a full report.
Michael.
I'm asking for one now.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on, garbage truck purchase. Is that what we did before, Mr. DeCarlo?
Yes, sir. So here's the deal. Council approved $600,000 for capital for the potential purchase of 2 garbage trucks. We were able to purchase 1 garbage truck that was actually available on the lot. It was more than $300,000. It was brought to the attention of the council last time when we did a resolution that went before you. That left $245,000 remaining from the garbage truck. Within the same ordinance of 2510, but a different account line, we have a leftover of $35,000 from a front end loader. That the council approved $250,000, but it would only ended up costing, I think it was like $213,000. We need $350,000 for a garbage truck. It will leave a difference of $78,000. I can make up that $78,000 with ordinance 2222 that has a $32,000 balance and a $49,000 soft cost balance.
Do we know what 2222 was for?
It was for a whole different slew of things. It was for, DPW equipment.
But it was for DPW
computers.
stuff.
Oh, yeah, it was a DPW line. So
Okay.
basically what I'm asking you to do is allow me to use the 2222 ordinance and cover that extra $78,000. It's completely funded ordinance. And
Will that take care
allows
of
to
the
get the
15 that we're missing for the front end loader since we didn't trade it in?
No, the 15 is so you guys gave me 250 for a front end loader. Without the trade-in, it came to like 213, I think it was. So that left the 35, which is like 37.
Okay.
So other words, we'd have to rewrite an ordinance, we'd have to pay bond counsel to write it, it would take time, and they won't allow us to order a truck until we give them a purchase
I'm
order.
okay with 22, 22. Is everybody else okay with it?
That's, yeah, it's a DPW line.
It's a DPW line, correct?
Yes,
What,
essentially.
I have a question.
Sure.
What items would the DPW not be getting because of that? Because of on safety items or?
No. Everything that was intended to be purchased in 22 that I can tell was.
So that's
Okay.
100%.
So this is leftover money.
Okay.
So we got everything we wanted out of 22.
Yes, reading through the ordinance, but again, the way those paragraphs are written, it definitely does not put us in a corner, so we can use it, but based on, council's feeling on it in the past, I felt it best for you to know this and then decide, hey, yeah, we'll use this funded money without rewriting an ordinance.
But they got everything they needed for that.
I will double, triple,
Pretty much
quadruple check, but yes, it's
Okay.
not like, they were supposed to get something and didn't.
Okay.
I think it was the signboards back then for the recreation fields. It was,
So there's nothing earth-shattering.
No, I
missing out.
promise.
We're not going to be short $79,000
no,
because they need something out of it.
it's leftover money.
Is everybody okay with doing that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're good, Mr. Paul. Council ordinances and legislation amendment, Chapter 360, abandoned properties. We have the new ordinance in front of us, Ms. Bailey, right? Or the markup?
Yeah.
Two things. You've got an amendment to the abandoned properties ordinance.
Yep.
And you've got a basically amended and restated pre-ordinance given the extent of the changes.
Could we do one at a time?
Yeah.
Because the tree one, something happened over the last, Mr. Sears will probably chime in on it also, but we need to come up with a game plan for trees. So we'll talk about that. Let's do the first one, please.
All right,
Abandoned
so
property.
just at the outset, with regard to the ordinance, there are just a couple of slight proposed amendments to the abandoned properties ordinances. And really, they're born out of two things. First, the practical reality that we'd like to get some of the notices required under the ordinances into Sue's domain. So even though the state statute that all ordinances have to be modeled against requires the public officer to take control over all of this,
Okay.
the way I've said it is I've kept the public officer responsible, but shall cause township clerk to send notice. Public officer shall cause, so the public officer who is designated as the code official, who will spearhead all of the obligations under this ordinance, is going to be working with the township clerk to send the required statutory and ordinance notices out that revolve around the abandoned properties ordinance, collect fees, et cetera. The clerk's office and Sue is much better equipped and to do those types of tasks. And that's important because you want to be able to rely upon the procedures you put in place so that if you end up having to enforce these in court, 9 times out of 10, if you make any type of technical problem with notice, which you probably know across the board, whatever you're talking about, you have a problem with the action that you're trying to enforce as you go through the ordinance. So that's really what we've changed in the ordinance in these
So
sections.
it's just basically the notice how it goes out.
We're looking in the township clerk, really. Two things. First, the public officer is formally designated as the code enforcement official.
Okay, I
of
see
the
that, yeah.
township. And then in D, you'll see several spots where it
It's the
used to
township
say,
clerk now.
cause the township clerk, there's several spots
Yep.
within section 360-30D that does that. We've also in section 3 made clear that the registration statement that has to be filed by the person who has the abandoned property is going to have to follow the forms put out by the public officer through the township clerk. We've added the township clerk there as well.
Can we
And-
include all those costs to go back to the person that we're serving them on?
Oh, sure, none of that's been changed.
So
Those
it's
are
still,
already-
it's still in
yeah.
there that way? Okay, I wanted to make sure that's it.
Yeah, that's all in there.
Well, now because Sue's department is doing it, I didn't know if that would have to be authored in there to say that any cost by the township clerk shall be reimbursed by the
Oh, so her time, you mean?
well, her, like,
Oh,
all
the mailing.
the mailings and all that.
The cost of the township are in there.
Okay, they
So
are, okay.
those are
So
township.
that didn't, even though it's township cost, doesn't matter what
Yeah.
department. I just want to make sure.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So that's the scope of those changes to the ordinance.
So basically, the clerk is basically taking in the information and sending out the letters. That's her thing. But she's not composing the complaint,
No, it starts with a publication,
right?
and then it moves on to certain additional notices that have to be given to the property owners.
Through the clerk's office.
It's going to be through the clerk's
Okay.
office,
Yeah.
because by certified mail and this and that,
Gotcha.
so we
Okay.
keep it really tight,
Mhm.
so that when we get to the certain point, we have to enforce certain things,
It's there. Okay.
it's tight, yeah.
Now, is this affected by the governor's new executive order not to have publications any longer? Is this correct?
That doesn't go into effect until next year.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
So we still have to notice the way we are until January 1st?
March 31st? No, March 1st, 2026.
2026.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's fine. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Anybody have any comments on this?
So is the code official, are they getting a name?
They're
Their
the
name?
they're the
Officer?
designated public officer for the purpose of this ordinance.
That's it.
And that has meaning throughout the ordinance, which is modeled after the statute.
Okay.
Yeah.
We okay with putting this on the agenda for next meeting?
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay. The next one is amendment chapter 465 trees.
Let me just start by saying,
Yeah.
so I redlined the existing ordinance, and I think that was more confusing given the amount of red
Lot
that
of
came in.
red there, lot of ink. Ink's
Yeah, I
expensive.
tried to make it easier, but I think it made it more complicated. So I'm prepared to outline how it's changed, if that's easier. But Council President, however you want to proceed with going through this.
That would be fine.
Um,
I appreciate it.
I just had, I had an issue with the heritage tree.
Okay.
Tom and I both got called last week. We had a contractor on the lake take down, I think it was a 7-foot diameter heritage tree, a 6-foot diameter heritage tree, massive trees. And basically it's a $500 fine that he took down these 100-year-old trees, because the one had to be 6-7 feet. The trunk at the bottom across the,
they ripped their stumps out there.
and then they took the stumps out right away, so we couldn't measure them the next day, which is.
Yeah.
But for $500, the guy's building a multi-million-dollar house. It's $1,000, so it doesn't. There's no. It's like a slap on the wrist, because
The punishment doesn't fit the crime.
the punishment doesn't fit the crime. And I could understand if the trees were diseased and we had an arborist report, but we didn't have an arborist report. We didn't have a permit, and the trees.
Sir, that's not true. It's just.
Sure, so there was no arborist report.
Convey the findings of.
There
Joe
was
Sedek.
no arborist report. Joe Sedekasey said he issued to take down 2 pine trees, and those were not pine trees.
These were massive oaks.
I'd have to check the information, but when Mr. Sedekase came to me and said they had approval for it, he did not say there was 2 pine trees. He described them as something else, so.
Well, I was contacted by Mr. Sears and told there was no permit and there was no arborist report. If that's the inconsistent, Mr. DeCarlo, if you could let me know tomorrow, because I can let the
Yes, I will.
residents know, because that's what I relayed back to the calls I got from the residents. So.
So
And
we-
Mr. Sedekase got right on it.
We
I
talked to them.
don't- I
No, I know.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Through Mr. Sears,
Yeah.
And there was 2 pine trees on the permit and another little tree or something. But those were not pine trees.
But again, I'll have to confirm because I wasn't prepared for it, so I don't want to say something
No,
inaccurate.
okay, but I did.
He told me what they were supposed to take down, what they had approval to take down is what was taken down. That's what he told me, if that's correct.
They were not pine trees. You know that as much as I know, Mike, those were,
No, they were massive oaks.
yeah,
Then I would definitely look into it again.
yeah.
I mean, Mark, I'm not, the one stump was 3/4 of his conference room table.
Oh, no, I.
That's how
I agree
massive
with
it
that.
was, yeah.
Like I said, I took it for his word that it was all worked out.
Okay, so I think if we could just.
Well, at this point,
I don't,
you can't see it. The stumps are gone.
The Joe had pictures too. Again, I don't.
Yeah, but he had pictures of a pine tree.
Right, but are the.
But these were not
other
pine
being in the
trees.
Picture?
Tree.
Or we could go to Google Earth. There's gotta be something. that shows-
Oh, you can see them on Google Earth, yeah.
So you're saying if they took down the wrong ones, as it relates to these revisions, what was your concern?
That the $500 is a slap on, if you're building a multi-million-dollar house and you want those trees gone,
Right.
and the violation is $500 to take down these heritage trees, it's a slap on the wrist, like, big deal, I pay $1,000 fine, and I'm in the clear, and the heritage trees are gone,
I'm sorry, where are you getting the $500 from?
400.
400, I'm sorry,
But
400.
that's what happened. We had a higher.
That came
number.
from the state.
And then the state said that,
Yeah, so the
I'm not very
$400, Siobhan, correct me if I'm wrong, the $400 is when they do something legitimately. The penalty
Yeah,
for
yeah.
taking down the wrong tree would be $2,000 per tree.
Oh, okay, I'm misreading it.
Yeah, no, well, I don't know if you misread it, you might not have gotten down to the, because it's like towards the end with the
No,
penalty.
no, I read it, I didn't.
oh,
So the penalties
On
are
page
supposed to
9.
be a financial, is that right? Monetary penalty and the replacement.
So it's 400 for the replacement,
No.
or I got it backwards.
No, the $400
Yeah.
is when it involves, I believe, going to the planning board, or when you have, you're going, you can't replant the number,
Okay.
and you have to pay into the fund. And again, I'm probably paraphrasing this way too much. The penalty for doing something inappropriate or not getting a permit is $2,000 per tree. Some of our delay was we did consult with Mr. Di Maria that had provided some advice as to how he felt he could defend this in municipal court, right? So part of what Ms. Velez says is that the fine we initially had exceeded the fine cap that New Jersey did. So now we're matching it. That's $2,000.
That's the 2,000, okay.
That's-
He did wanted us to separate the section. Again, Ms. Bailey could probably speak more professionally about it, but just he felt if we separated the penalty phases with the monetary and the replanting, he'd have a better ability to hold that up in court. And again, Ms. Bailey, I'm sorry if I'm, brutally beating it up, but.
No, the problem, first tree ordinances are modeled after a state statute,
The
as
DEP.
we've done with other areas. This particular area, the state, in my opinion, did a horrible job in creating a model. So I actually consulted a bunch of different municipalities just to see how, I read ours and I was very confused by it. So I did a couple of different things that I'll point out to you, and you can consider if you like it, you don't like it, or whatever, but make no mistake. The state model is confusing. A lot of municipalities' ordinances are confusing, in my opinion, our existing ordinance. So I did my best to try to make sense of it, and then the council can decide if they like it, if they want to change it, or whatnot.
So
So I can start, okay.
just had one thing.
Yeah.
It's for street tree in definitions in 465-1, a tree planted in sidewalk planting strip or in the right of way.
Right.
So I know Mr. Poller in years past wanted, it was clear cut that the Township of Washington does not own any trees.
Correct.
And I don't see that anywhere in this revision. Because when I hear street tree, I think it's Township of Washington tree.
All right, so that was I found this confusing to lump public trees in the public right of way in with the regular privately
Yeah.
owned. I found that confusing.
Okay.
Because I think I don't know that they should be treated the same way. I feel the prohibited activities that relate just to trees in the public right of way are different than the prohibited activities that we point out. There's no permit that can be obtained to cut a tree down in the public right of way. That there's no process for that. You just can't do it. You can't climb on trees in the public right of way.
But they're your tree, so why wouldn't you be able to? See, that's why I didn't understand.
Whose trees?
The owner, the
The owner.
homeowner.
Okay.
Like,
The
so
homeowner.
that's why I didn't understand, like, how can we prohibit activities on their own trees?
Look.
I'm
This is-
just being devil's advocate.
this-
'Cause
There are different reasons for treating trees that are in the public right of way different than on your own property.
But can we make a statement in here legally somehow that says all trees within the township boundaries of Washington are the responsibility of the owner of that block and lot?
All right.
That,
Sure, but I guess I'm not understanding the distinction. If the trees are in public property that is not privately owned, are you,
it's still your tree.
So you own the tree, but it's in
In
the
the right away.
public
Right away.
right away.
well,
And I know
okay,
that's
are you talking
confusing.
about like in,
In the right of way, the
okay,
10 foot right of way.
okay,
yeah.
all right.
That tree is
There's a
still yours.
difference.
That tree is still yours.
So yours, so if you have to trim it.
Okay, we're talking about two different things, okay. We have to break it out then. I'm thinking of a tree that's located on township,
No.
on this municipal
No,
property.
no. We're saying like in front of my
Yes.
house, there's a tree planted between the curb and sidewalks, which on Beach Street, there are some for some reason.
Okay.
Those, like, people came to us in the past and said, hey, I need, the tree's rotted, come cut it down. And
Yep.
we've always said, hey, we don't own any trees in town other than the ones that are on
Correct,
our municipal property.
Right.
those are different.
All right, I'll make that distinction and that clear. Okay.
Is that correct? Everybody agree?
Planted
Yeah.
sidewalk
No,
planted
that's-
strip in the public right adjacent to the portion of the street reserved for particular okay, so we have to take that out. All right, let me look at that language right there.
Private trees on public property.
That's what
Right,
Ken, that's a good way to put it, yeah, because Ken always, this was always,
okay.
It's a private tree.
right, Peter, those were
on public-
long meetings back then, like 6, 7 years ago. They
Yeah.
were brutal, because people would come to us and say, hey, come cut down your tree. And
Okay,
we'd
you
say,
don't,
no,
you don't want that.
we don't
own them.
we don't own it.
We didn't plant it, we don't own it.
All right,
Come on, John, so you can plant any of those.
Article 2 is basically the beginning of the current ordinance and has some revisions in it.
Okay.
Section 465.3 has no changes to it. That's the definition section.
All right,
464.4,
465, right?
I'm sorry, it's 465.4 adds a section D, making tree removal as defined in the definition section also prohibited. I felt that though the ABC was not inclusive enough.
Okay,
Tree removal has a clear definition: to kill or cause irreparable damage that leads to decline and or death of a tree, including but not limited to excessive pruning, et cetera, et cetera. And then later you have permitted activities or later exceptions. But I think rather than try to just make it inclusive, and then we'll see where the exceptions and permit requirements, will cover the ability to, for people to get outside of that. All right, so the next section adds some permit requirements in the permitted activities. Section 465-5. Let's see where those revisions were made exactly. So I can, where I am. All right, so the section A permits the removal of not more than 3 non-heritage trees on any approved existing building
you're
lot.
465.5?
465.5A, right,
Okay,
465.5.
yes.
it's page 4.
Okay.
It allows the removal of up to 3 non-heritage trees on any approved building lot within a 12-month period. I added a permit requirement for that. If you don't want to if you want to keep it the way it is, I can strike out the permit requirement for that.
No, we want to keep the permit.
No, but it doesn't have a permit
It
requirement.
doesn't now. I added one.
And the reason
Is
why,
that everybody okay with adding the permit?
you want to hold the people responsible.
To make sure they're not cutting down heritage
Right.
trees.
Well, not only that, but usually they say, well, you got 3, oh, that one's bad, oh, now you got 4. You permit
Oh, it's just
3. And that's been happening a lot, that's why.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
Pick your 3 wisely.
Well, they say 3 trees and you get there, all of a sudden the guy says, oh, you got to take this one down too and this one. And they take it down and they only got a permit for 3.
Oh, I
And they
see what
take
you're
down 5,
Mhm.
and this has happened multiple times.
So if there's not a permit, that happens. So with a permit, it'll be more
Right.
controlled. Understood.
Now, may I ask you a question? Is there anything in this new ordinance that also holds the vendor responsible. If a fine is issued against the resident, will the fine be issued against the tree company also?
You've got to register within the township
Right.
for tree removal.
So say they come in, they take down permit for 4 trees, they take down 8. Joe goes out and gives them, the resident a summons and a fine,
Right.
but the tree company guy washes his hands and walks away.
He violates the.
He violates it.
Yeah.
Is there anything in there that holds him responsible also? The
No,
idea is to control what's going on.
Yeah, because they'll think twice about cutting down another tree then.
Exactly.
If they're also held responsible for the fine.
Yeah, because right now you could just potentially slip a couple bucks.
Well, that's what happens. If they come in and they convince a homeowner. oh, this is bad.
465-8 says any person, corporation, association, or entity of any kind violating. But can we issue more than one person violation? Meaning, can we hit the homeowner and the tree company based on that?
well, you first have to have violated a section. So I think you're right that it can be, whoever violates can be a person, corporation, association, or entity violating any provision of this chapter. So let me just check and make sure it would cover
Okay.
the activity of a non-property owner, and it would be a contractor as well, or
And in-
to make that more clear.
And in the registration, can we put that any violations of a tree permit may cause immediate revocation of your tree license registration?
And fine.
And a
Fine.
fine.
You can make the fine as much as you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Make it,
$5,000
$4,000, $5,000.
Well, you have
Or
to stay,
$2,000.
yeah.
or stay with
You have to
2,000.
follow the state, right?
So say, any violation of a tree permit will, you may lose your registration in the town and a possible violation of $2,000. Fine
Well,
violation.
any violation, if we add that it covers the vendor, then that's a violation that would be covered by the violations and penalties.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I can take a look at reviewing and making a separate section in case of a violation by a registered vendor.
Yep.
Additional penalty can include revocation of registration for the
And-
town.
And
Yep.
possible fine of $2,000.
Additional fine, 2,000, because they're
Yeah.
already subject to the fine.
Yeah, but I would put it in there too, because that's the
Okay.
homeowner.
Additional.
Right.
Tree.
Well, if we revise the statute, we could,
You
you
can do it
can
both.
issue summonses to both
Okay.
theoretically. So the additional penalty for, that's unique to the vendor would be revocation
Of the
of their registration, right?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Per tree. Sean, per tree with the,
2,000 per tree, yep.
so total, if you cut down 4 trees, right? So you're 1 over. So if you $4,000 fine,
Well, 2,000 for the homeowner and 2,000 for the,
yeah, 4,000
yeah,
total.
yeah. Possibly, yes.
Well, I'm just saying, that's what it would be, because the municipal code could be more restrictive than the state. The state is only 2, so you can make it any number you want. It can be more restrictive, it can't be less restrictive.
No, but that's where we had the issue last time, because we were more, and the
More than the
judge,
state.
Yeah.
the judge said we couldn't be more than the state.
Yeah, yeah, in this case, the municipal court has a statutory jurisdiction. So if you're going to enforce these by issuing summonses, which is the best way to do it, you have to stick within the $2,000 cap. And if you make it per tree, it can be quite a bit.
Okay.
Now, Siobhan, if I may, I love trees, I don't want to see them go. But is this common practice across other municipalities, such, control over tree removal? Because I don't recall.
Some are even more desperate. restricted.
Yeah, are our
Yeah.
neighbors this hyper-focused on tree removal laws? Okay.
Trees are a big deal.
Yeah.
In
I mean, I don't
Bergen
know
County
if it's-
especially, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I can provide.
I'm just
I
wondering what some of our
reviewed
neighbors
the-
look like.
Mm,
Yeah,
Some of them are more restrictive than
Really?
Okay.
you know.
You remember, Ms. Council, that a lot of this, like Siobhan said, had to be modeled after what New Jersey DEP told us to do, with then a little bit spin off on us. And then the 2,000 per tree was highly recommended by the municipal court prosecutor, Mr. Di Maria, because the court during the one case with the Carters found the fine we had in our current one, not the revised one, was too excessive. And that portion was thrown out because it was too excessive. So then they found themselves arguing over the validity of the second section, which was the replacement portion. So that's why we're writing it this way, and that's how we came up with the 2,000, because that's what the state cap is. And then, sorry, Mr. Council President, Sue, isn't there something on the registration form for the tree vendors that alerts them to like our ordinance, almost like?
Well, we give them a copy of the ordinance.
Yeah.
We give them a whole packet saying, this is what you have to do. We specify you have to also make sure that that sticker decal is on your front left bumper, so if a police officer goes by and does not see it, he can stop that job right then and there. We remind them of all that stuff when they come, but yeah.
I thought you did.
Yes.
Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Anything else, Ms. Dillon?
Several things,
Continue,
yeah. 465-5B.
B?
You may notice in the existing ordinance, one of the permitted activities is the removal of trees in accordance with the site plan or subdivision plan, et cetera, et cetera. And the existing ordinance says in conjunction with the development or soil movement applications, each so long as the approval includes a requirement that the applicant replace 2 trees measuring 2.5 inches caliber for each tree removed and subsequent to the deposit of funds into the tree replacement fund maintained by the township. I think, my suggestion here is to follow the tree replacement conditions that comply with the ordinance section that deals with, municipal board approvals of, and impositions of those, so that there's no confusion. Actually, if you turn to 465-7, those tree replacement requirements are laid out. In section B, and as more, there's a more specific grid in tree replacement by category. DBH of 2.5 inches required as A1,
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
We don't have any fees here.
Yeah, we have to put fees, and that was something we were looking at.
Right.
I don't know if you want me to take a look at.
Do we have a surrounding neighbor that has
Yeah,
some
I
kind of
can.
fees?
Yeah, I can suggest something on this. All right, moving on. What's that section? Anybody have any questions on this?
No.
Okay. All right. Section E, what did I do there? Trees necessary, someone's approval complies with. Yeah, I again make reference to 465-6 to make it uniform, rather than as it includes 25% of trees removed. It just starts to get confusing.
So it makes it all uniform.
It all makes it uniform, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, 465-5.1, those are the registration requirements. I think you directed me to, what did you want to do there? This is a violation. Oh, okay, all right. Include the vendor on that, all right. And registration, just that.
Yep.
All right. 465-6, permit required for tree removal. All right, what did I do here? All right, so I took out section C, and what did I do now? Remove a permit is under procedures. Planning board. Application of planning board, no association. All right, I think what I did there is I recommended a procedure that was more consistent with the rest of the ordinance. Let me just take a quick look at that. It's been a little bit. No activity should be permitted without the issuance of tree removal permit. Okay, tree removal applications. Information required on the application form. Okay. All right, E, if it's not issued under the procedures set forth herein, the applicant may go to the planning board. It's, obviously, if it's not associated with any specific subdivision or site plan application. They have to, file the appropriate fees, post escrow, et cetera. So those procedures are a little more streamlined in the.
That's for
If,
posting of the escrow for 2. We have 2, 3, A and B.
yeah. it's-
Just to be clear, so anytime somebody wants to take down a tree, because it's, diseased or hollow, whatever, they need an arborist report?
Not for 3 trees.
Also, when it's 4 or more?
Yes.
Let's take a look at.
Or if you're taking down a single heritage tree, you need an
If
arborist
it's in
report.
heritage, okay, yeah, I
But if you're
understand.
taking down 3 non-heritage trees,
Right.
you could just
You
cut them
just need
down.
a
Well, you need a
regular
permit. You need
Yeah,
a
you
permit
need a
as of this,
permit.
as of the revision to this ordinance. Right now, you don't need a permit, but once this passes, you will need a permit.
Right.
After 4 or more, you will need an arborist report.
No,
It has to go to the planning.
Right.
Is that 3
I'm
trees
just-
per year?
3 trees per year, yes.
I'm just,
So
So
3
we're-
trees per 3 trees per year, as well as you can take down without an arborist report, just
the
by
way it reads right now.
the way it reads right
Okay.
now. If you want to take down 4 and they're non-heritage trees, you can still take them down, but then you need to go to the planning board and explain why you're taking down 4.
Understood.
Because you may have to.
But if it's an emergency, if you have 4 dead trees,
Yeah, no, I understand the emergency.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just,
different,
the
right?
arborist report is what threw me off for a second. Thank you.
anything else, Ms. Dell?
Just wanna check.
I'm gonna write that down for myself.
Okay, I think we touched upon breaking out the fees. I'll give you some instruction
suggestions,
on
yeah.
that. And I think we touched upon some of the suggestions made by Judge Galina in terms of setting up our violations and penalties sections as separate from restitution requirements,
Okay.
to make it clear that there's no double dipping on violations and penalties, that one's a violation and punitive, the other is restoration and replacement.
And the only other thing I had is on page 9, the text is too large, so we just got to shrink that text.
That's probably can.
We have to shrink this text size, it's too big. Can't read what's in the boxes.
What page is that, Mike?
Page 9. Anything else, ladies and gentlemen? So I guess we'll wait for the corrections
I'll
for the next
I'll
meeting.
clean this up, make additional changes. and-
So we want to put it on, just to have it on, and then if we're okay with it, we can vote
Yeah.
on it that night. Is that okay with everybody?
Yep.
If we're okay, if not, we'll table it and go to the next meeting if we have to make revisions to it again.
Okay.
Okay.
Under financials, auditor for year 2024, in your packet, Ms. Witkowski, we provided 2 proposals, one from LVH, right, and one from Supply Clooney. They're both in there. So if we could review those for the next meeting, we'll vote on who we're going to appoint as the auditor, since we have to, according to what we were advised, we should appoint a new auditor and not, so.
I'm okay with it. I did want to just chat about it for a second.
Sure.
I was going through Slurpee, right?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Yep.
I always called him Slurpee earlier when I was reading. Sloopy. I don't see in their client list, which is what I brought up last time, I don't see that they work with any Bergen County municipality in comparison to, let's say, Lurch, Vincy, and Bliss. The closest municipality that they have, that they work with is Hawthorne, right? But that's Passaic. So, just something to keep in mind that, I'm just, there's no familiarity with our work. in comparison to Vinci, Vinci Bless.
It's true. You're right on that.
So I know it came through Lumet, but I'm also not exactly pleased with how this was brought before us by Lumet. So just wanted to share my feelings on these two proposals.
Yeah, but if we could review them for the next meeting, and this way we'll take a vote at the next meeting and get this done, please. And the last thing I had was, Mr. Mayor, thank you for the lightning detector upgrade. Is there any way we could talk to the vendor about adding text and alerts on our phones? I know the surrounding towns around us have that capability, and it makes everybody's life a lot easier, because we were in Cresskill the other night, and the lightning detector went off, and it was great because the police department arrived immediately and basically said, "Hey, coach, your app just went off. Everybody should be in their cars." And the strobe went off. Their siren, did the same as ours. Their strobes were going, but they had an app, and it literally had the 30-minute countdown. And when it reset, because lightning hit again, it automatically updated the app to 30 minutes again. And I don't know how much that feature cost, but it made everybody's life a lot easier, because now, you're not.
Do you know the name of the app?
It's a similar. They have the thing looks the same, so I don't know if it's the same system just with an upgrade to it. But
It's great for recreation.
Yeah, it's great for recreation. So like all the camp counselors could have that on their phone. So this way, hey, clear the fields. It buzzes your phone rather than looking for the strobe, the blinking light. So if we could look at that, if it's not a huge.
People sign up for it?
Yes, that's what they said. Pretty much everybody in town it's like Nixle almost. They said, so when people are walking, it notifies them also, they said. So it's more of it's not just a kid feature, it's a town feature. So, the other night, unfortunately, I got caught in the rain and the lightning going around the lake. It would have been nice when the lightning bolt went across the lake. And
What would you have done?
what's that?
What would you have done?
I called my wife and she picked me up. Good wife, thank God. My 18-pound weight vest was getting heavier, so I couldn't walk anymore.
I hit under a tree.
So, if we could look into it, that'd be awesome. That's all I have on that. We're going to go into closed session to discuss resolution number 25-284, property acquisition, personnel matters, police department, negotiations with Bethany, and the LATS litigation. We do not anticipate coming out of closed session. Motion to enter closed session.
So,
Second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we'll take a 5-minute recess while Ricky comes down and does the cameras.